bus, please. Please, come on. Come on, back in the bus.
Hey, what's up guys? It is Rob from Movie Review Time, and I'm back with another movie review of one of my favorite thrillers. Now this is described as a road thriller. 1971, directed by one of my favorite directors, Steven Spielberg. And this was his directorial debut. Duel. Basically about a tanker truck who stalks Dennis Weaver in his Plymouth. What's interesting about this film is that the whole movie is a truck and a car playing cat and mouse with each other. The car tries to go around the truck and the truck won't let him. Or the car pulls over and the truck pulls over and just sits there. And then he'll try to catch up to the truck and the truck goes forward and then stops. Just things that would piss off a driver with road rage. It would piss me off. If I'm sitting there around a semi and I can't go around him, oh, that's it. Take my license away. I'm done. I admit I have road rage. I do. I cannot stand people who do not go the speed limit. If you're in town and the speed limit's 30 and you're going 15, what the fuck? Get off the road. Quit sightseeing or quit texting or whatever you're doing. Anyway, this film is a cat and mouse thriller. For no reason at all, this truck is playing games with Dennis Weaver, who's just basically a salesman driving on a business trip. He had a fight with his wife, who was upset with him because of a fight they had the previous night and stuff. You know, he pulls over and tries to call her on the phone. And this truck is always there. This tanker truck. This old rusted piece of shit. And you never get to see the driver. And that's what Spielberg wanted. He wanted the truck to be the villain, not the driver. He wanted you to see the truck as something that's scary or something to be afraid of. You get to see the driver's arm when he waves, and you get to see his snakeskin boots. That's it. That's all you get to see. And I do believe he was let's see. Terry Lofton played the truck driver. I'm not really sure who that is. But you got Dennis Weaver, who plays David Mann. Seems like a very timid, smart guy. Oh, my neck. Oh. Dennis Weaver. He goes into that cafe and slaps that sandwich out of that guy's hand. He's like, you stop it. You know what I'm talking about. You hear me? You can stop it. He has that voice. It's like he's yelling at you, but he's trying to be quiet. Like, don't do that. You hear me? I'm yelling at you right now. Can you tell? Oh. Oh, God. This movie's great, man. The car and truck scenes are incredible. Some of the camera work, the cinematography that was taking place while the truck is, you know, going up this hill around the curve and the car is trying to pass him, and then he'll, you know, the shot will be inside Dennis Weaver's car looking out the windshield, or on the other side of the windshield looking at him and seeing how frustrating he is by not being able to pass his truck. Like, what's going on? You can see all over his face like he's pissed off. And then the camera will be in front of the truck, and you see Dennis Weaver behind him trying to get around, and the truck goes like this, and like there are really, really cool shots, and they're kind of like long shots, especially when they're going really fast. Like, he's in his Plymouth and he's flooring it, and he's going around these curves. He's trying to lose the truck, but somehow this truck is just gearing it up, man. He just steps on it, man, and this truck is gaining him. He's gaining on him, and Dennis Weaver's looking at his review. He's like, "What do you want?" Again, he's yelling. That's the whole movie. The whole movie is Dennis Weaver getting chased by the truck, or the truck playing games with him, basically trying to run him off the road, or mocking him. I mean, or even taunting him. There's a part where Dennis Weaver's parked, and he looks up the road, and the truck is parked on the side of the road for no reason at all. It's like the truck is waiting for him. So Dennis Weaver decides not to get in his car. He decides to start walking towards the truck. As soon as he gets close enough, the truck pulls away. And he just stands there and he's like, "What?" And you think the truck is going to leave, but no. He just pulls up farther and stops. Like he's playing with him. Like, what is this? What is this guy's problem? Why is he doing this? He must not have a job, or he must not have a life, because he's just messing with Dennis Weaver for no reason at all. This had a budget of $450,000. And it was originally a television road thriller, which was later a full-length theatrical release. Richard Matheson wrote this film based on his own short story about a guy being stalked by a old semi-truck. It's a Plymouth Valiant. That's what kind of car he's driving. It's a nice car. But that's the movie. You know, you can see Dennis Weaver's... You can see his attitude change throughout the movie. I mean, in the beginning, he's not really as scared. He's just kind of confused on why this is happening. But as the movie progresses, he just starts to get really, I want to say, fearful and anxious and mad at the same time. He gets crazy almost. And because this guy's just messing with his head. He won't leave him alone. He keeps driving fast. Then he drives slow. Then he won't let him pass him. And then he tries to run him off the road. It's like, what the hell is this guy doing? This has some cool special features here. Steven Spielberg talks about making it. They talk about the writing of Duel, which are DVD exclusives. I'm not really sure what this movie is getting as far as okay, it's considered one of the greatest TV movies ever made. It's got an 88% based on 41 reviews with an average of 7.8 out of 10. I'd have to give this movie a solid 9. A solid 9 out of 10. This is one of the greatest thrillers. It really is. And it's simple. It's It's such a simple plot. How can you make a movie about a truck and a car? How can you make a movie like that be entertaining? Just driving down the road. That's it. You got one character, Dennis Weaver. You got a truck driver who you don't see. You got little side characters here and there that pop up. But the main character is Dennis Weaver in his car. Now, how do you make a movie like that entertaining? They did. Right here. I give this a 9 out of 10. There's another movie that reminds me of this film, but they take it a step further, and it's called Joyride with Paul Walker and Steve Zahn. That's one of my favorites. One of my favorite horror films. One of my favorite Paul Walker films. That's about a semi-truck, but they involve the CB radio. And they talk to each other over the CB radio, and which changes things, because in this movie they don't have that. They don't even speak to each other. The semi-truck driver and then Dennis Weaver, they don't even talk to each other. And like I said, you don't get to see the truck driver in this, much like you don't see Rusty Nail in the first Joyride. Because in the first Joyride, you get to see him in the third act when he's tying that girl to the chair. You get to see his face a little bit, but they don't do close-ups, and they always keep it dark and shadowed a little bit. But all you see of Rusty Nail are really quick shots. And I think that was kind of inspired by this movie. This is definitely one of Spielberg's better films, in my opinion. When it comes to thrillers and stuff, this is one of his better ones. It's always been a favorite of mine. I can remember watching this. For some reason, this was on TV. I remember it was the early 90s, and my parents, we were putting up the Christmas tree. I think it was like December 10th or something like that. We were putting up the Christmas tree, and this was on TV. And I remember, instead of helping my parents put up the Christmas tree, I was watching this. Pretty soon my dad looks over, and he sees that this is on, and guess what he does? He stops working on the Christmas tree, putting the ornaments on, and he sits down with me and watches this film while my mom does everything. She starts to put all the ornaments on. She's like, "Mark, can you help me?" And he's like, yeah. He's like, "Just after this part." We watched the whole movie while my mom was putting up the Christmas tree. I think that was the first time I saw this. So, yeah, it's always been a favorite of mine. And my dad loves this film. So, yeah, that's my review of Duel. What do you guys think of Duel? Let me know in the comments. Is it definitely one of your favorite Spielberg films? Or is it definitely one of your favorite thrillers? I'm going to be doing more of these movie reviews, more of thrillers. I've been trying to stick with horror a lot because I do love horror films. And another genre I like is superhero films. I reviewed all the Marvel films before, and I don't think I'm going to go down that road as of right now. But I'm definitely thinking about doing like my top 10 superhero films, which was a recommendation. But I've mostly been doing horror stuff, and I do want to talk about thrillers. There are so many great thrillers out there. Hand That Rocks the Cradle, Fatal Attraction, Indecent Proposal. There's so many that I haven't even mentioned that I definitely want to review. So definitely stay tuned for that, for a lot of thriller reviews, because man, there's just so many. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching, for subscribing, taking the time out of your day. It really means a lot to me. And like I always say, if you have anything you want me to review, let me know in the comments. Any recommendations, I really do appreciate that. It gives me ideas. Sometimes I do run out of ideas, and or sometimes I just can't think of one right now, and then later on I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Well, you know, how about this? I appreciate it because I want you guys to like what I'm doing here. I mean, you're not subscribed to me for nothing. You're subscribed to me because you want to see content from me. You want to see certain things. So that's what I'm trying to say here, is that I want to be able to do what you guys want. That's it. I want to make you guys happy and be able to watch what I put up. So I didn't even know this had a slip cover on it. I had it laying over there. Right there. It says Steven Spielberg's directorial debut. Very cool. Collector's edition. So anyway, guys, this is Rob signing off. Stay tuned for more videos, and I'll see you in the next one.